Good evening, this is Mark Hopkins from Tetrakey. Welcome you to another Facebook Live session. Rob is enjoying, well, he might think a well-deserved break. I think he should be working harder. But hey, he's in the Kruger, so enjoying life. So I'm speaking to you from my office in Durban, KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa. It's a very stormy evening tonight, so if you see some lightning and thunder, then don't be afraid. As usual, ticket to the game is please like and share this Facebook Live, and please download our book, The Profitable You to Unstoppable Success, and we really appreciate some feedback. And our new book is a few weeks away, so hopefully the anticipation is causing you sleepless nights. And don't forget to check onto our YouTube page, where you can see all these videos and you can look at the ones you like. You can fast forward the ones that are not giving you as much information as you want, and please feedback on the content. So tonight is number 30 of 260. So that's 260 free business coaching sessions that we're offering to you in 2017. So tonight, what are we talking about tonight? Well, considering this is the week of love, and for all our friends and followers in the East and our partners in Australasia, we wish you a very happy Valentine's Day, and we hope you've woken up to hundreds of thousands of Valentine's cards, and if you haven't, mine will be coming to you shortly. So this is the week of love. So tonight I'm going to share with you some ideas around languages of love and the power of intentional service. And tomorrow night we will continue with the romance and love theme. So let's think about business, and let's think about how a business is structured and how a business comes into fruition. So first and foremost, we identify a need or want. A lot of times this can be our need or our want. It could be something that we need fulfilling, but there's no product for us at the moment. So first of all, it's an idea that creates a concept. That concept then you need to create into a solution. So you then move from idea generation to manufacture of a product. Once you've manufactured the product, then you're moving into the purchase. And we've talked previously about the power of selling and how critical selling is. Once the purchase has been transacted upon, then we go into the real critical part for me, which is service. The service is the ability to retain clients and also to spread the word. You either spread the word through the power of your product, or you spread the word through the power of the service that you're offering. So I want to talk about intentional service. So it's mindful service. And what do I mean by intentional service? Well, how often do we deliver something that we believe is right without testing our assumptions? How often do we do something just to get something done, rather than having the passion and the drive to exceed expectations in the servicing department? Now let's think about when businesses can struggle. Well, they'll either struggle when a better product comes along, they'll either struggle when someone offers the same product at a cheaper price, or business can struggle if you haven't got the ability to distribute that product anymore. So if those things are taken away, then you can get some real serious problems in your business. But what someone can't take away from you is your ability to service your customers. If you're delivering a proposition that exceeds their expectation, that wows them, then they are going to stick with you through thick and thin. Christmas Day this year I ended up watching a Bond movie, Spy Who Loved Me, classic Roger Moore, and I probably watched that movie hundreds of times. I'm a big Bond fan. But what I found fascinating is watching it again. There were certain scenes, there were certain phrases, there were certain set changes that I'd never noticed before that surprised me. It was that servicing element of what the Bond movie did that just put a smile on my face. And like I said, I've seen this thing 30 or 40 times, but I still come back to it because of what it offers me. It gives me something new every time. It exceeds my expectations every time. So we need to be really intentional in the service that we're offering our clients. And again, when I'm talking about clients, we can apply this to all facets of our life. What do they need in order to be more successful? Imagine if you're sitting down with a client and you're not selling the product, what you're doing, you're not selling a solution, but you're sitting down and having a conversation saying, what can I offer you that's going to make you more successful? Now that's a pretty powerful statement. So just pause and reflect for 2 seconds. I'm asking you that question directly now. What can I do that's going to make you more successful? Think about the answer to that question. Are you able to answer that question succinctly? Does that something come at the tip of your tongue that you know straight away there's one thing that you need to be successful? How are you feeling now that you've been asked that question? Are your shoulders being puffed out a little bit? Your chest puffing out, your shoulders getting stronger? What's the one thing that I can offer you to be successful this week? Now, one thing we promised on Tetrakey is we're not just going to talk about the why and the what, we're going to talk to you about the how. There's a great book by Dr. Gary Chapman called The 5 Languages of Love. And in it he articulates everyone has a love language, and he articulates 5 love languages. First one is service. So someone who does things for you. I will make you a cup of tea every single morning when you wake up. Gifts. I'm going to buy you presents. Affirmation. I love you, I want you, I love you, I care for you. All those affirmation statements. Touch and quality time. And what Dr. Chapman says in his book is you all have your most powerful love language, the things that really mean the most to you. Now mine are touch and quality time. So in relationships, if I'm not receiving touch and quality time, then I'm not perceiving love coming from the other person. Now what's interesting in those scenarios, and I'm sure we can all remember situations, and I've got personal things I remember in relationships where my partner was giving me their love languages on the assumption that it was my love languages. So they were demonstrating service to me. Service, service, service. And well, it was all done and given to me with the right intent. It was done from that person's perspective. It was done from her perspective because that was her love language. So her love language was service, and she was delivering service to me on the assumption that that was what I wanted and needed. And it's amazing how that makes you feel. It's amazing how it makes you feel if your needs and wants are not being fulfilled by a partner. Now that's the same in business, isn't it? It's the same in business. If a product is not fulfilling your need and wants, the service is not fulfilling your need and wants, what do? You look for an alternative. So I'd like you to think in your business, I'd like you to think of how many wives or husbands you have. So in a relationship, what are you trying to do? You're trying to help that person be the best version of themselves. You're trying to help and provide an environment for them to be as successful as they want to be. Because that's what love is. It's giving that person as much of you in order to make them as successful as they can be. So in your business, how many wives and husbands do you have? If you're a small business with 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 colleagues, employees that have, do you treat them as the same way as you treat your wife and or husband? If not, why not? They are critical for your success. Their success breeds your success. So it's the same principle. It's the same principle as you would have in a relationship as you have in your business. You do everything in your power to make that person as successful as you can. It's the power of intentional service. So here's an exercise for you all to think about. I'd like you to identify now key people in your life or in your business. They could be your key customers, they could be your key staff, they could be your key stakeholders, they could be key loved ones. And what I want you to do is I want you to write down what you believe they want and need from you. So write it down. Identify that key customer. What do you believe they want and need from you? Once you've done that, I'd like you to answer a second question. Why do you say that? Why do you say that person wants that from you? Okay, so now you've done a really good piece of introspection. You've identified who the key people are in your life to be successful. You've then articulated what it is they want or need in order to be successful, and then you've worked out what assumptions you're using in order to come up with that solution. Okay, now here's the cool thing. Now this is the power of intentional service. The power of intentional service is you are then going to go to those people and you're going to ask them that question. You are going to show them what you have written. And you're going to ask them, am I right or wrong? Am I giving you what you need from me in order to be successful? You're going to show them your assumptions, and what's going to happen is you can have a dialogue, you can have a conversation. They're going to go, wow, you've got me spot on. And then you're going to go, well, how can I give you more? Or they're going to go, I can see where you're coming from with your assumptions, but what I actually need is. And you're going to listen, you're going to hear, and you're going to act on that. By you translating their wants and needs into actions that they perceive, you are going to gain more loyalty, you're going to gain more output, you're going to gain more performance, and your business is going to be more successful. So there it is, the power of intentional service, with a really practical exercise that you can do tomorrow. I sat down with a client this morning and we agreed one thing that he's going to do every Monday morning. He's going to send an email to all his direct reports and he's going to say this one thing to them. What is the one thing that I can do for you this week that is going to make you successful? Imagine if you received that email. Imagine what that would do for you if you are asked that question. So the power of intentional service. Listen to what other people want from you. Ask the questions about what they want and need for you. Share your assumptions about what it is that you're doing for them and why. You may be missing a simple trick that is going to take your business to the next level. So there it is. Thank you very much for joining. I hope there's been something you can take out of this. Please remember to share this. Spread the message. This is free business coaching. The more people that can hear this message, the greater impact we can have on other people's businesses and lives, and that's a great thing to do in this world. So I look forward for you to join me tomorrow night, where we're going to talk more about love languages. We're going to talk about why do people love you. We're going to talk about an iPad story I'm going to share. So hopefully you'll join me tomorrow night. Have a great night, and I hope you wake up tomorrow morning with lots of Valentine messages. Good night.